Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's our weekly Tiger breakdown. We ended up missing 1 week, but we're back this week. The audio is a little weird. I'm having something weird going on with my mic, so I'm using the camera one. But overall, Tigers past 2 weeks have not done fantastic, which isn't great. But hey, you're still a game back in the American League overall, and you're still ahead in the division by 6 games. Was it 15 games a month ago? Yes. Should it be better? Yes. Are we sucking right now? Somewhat. But we'll see what ends up happening.
Well, that's the whole thing is just kind of like this is heartbreaking in a way if they don't, we
If
have
they can't win the division,
if they can't win this division, yeah, I mean it's heartbreaking because they've played so well, and no, we didn't have any worries at all come 6 weeks ago, and since the All Star break, we have just been awful. Uh, to be the best you could say is maybe they were mediocre at some time.
yeah.
They just won the series against the Angels, but their bullpen is so freaking bad. And their pitching is just bad, and their hitting isn't all that great. I just we need them to get back to where they were at the beginning of the year, at least against the bad teams. I mean, I understand this team probably is not a World Series team or something that can win the championship. But you should be able to win this division, which isn't very good.
You should be able
And
to.
you should be able to beat at least the lesser teams like the Angels, which you barely got
You
by.
won a series against the
barely
Angels.
got by. You struggled. You should be able to beat most of these bad teams. You're better than them, and to blow this lead would be just heartbreaking for the fans here. We need something to cheer about.
You had hope, a couple weeks ago. You had hope after you swept the Diamondbacks, and we did nothing at the trade deadline. I missed that basically. We drafted a bunch of relievers. It was the one thing we missed. We drafted a bunch of relievers and a starting pitcher, and it's been so from that point.
Right. I mean,
it sucks.
Finnegan's been good.
Finnegan's been probably the only bright spot out of all of them.
Charlie Morton has been.
And Charlie Morton had a decent start that we ended up blowing.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't pitched bad. He's pitched what a fourth or fifth pitcher should pitch.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do.
But, I mean, again, if your issues for the rest of the month is you need to start making sure you're winning games. So when it comes to September, you're sitting in a good spot. Because, again, after your losing series, you ended up winning the one against the Angels this week, but you lost the Phillies series, you lost the Twins series. You're now going to Chicago to play the White Sox. And hopefully you can sweep them because you should, because they suck, but you probably won't. And then you have a 4-game series in Minnesota this week that, again, is important for the division. Because when you're going through it all, hopefully, when we're looking at these standings, we are going to go and probably be in a bad spot if we get swept by Minnesota. Cleveland's 6 games behind us.
No,
Kansas City's 9.5. Minnesota is 11. You lose 4 straight to them. They're now 7. Who knows how close Cleveland is, and who knows how close Kansas City is.
We need to win every series against our division. We need to win every series.
You're going to probably hope for a split with Minnesota because you're doing 4 games.
Well, no, we need to beat Minnesota.
You do need to beat Minnesota.
It's a bad team. You need to win 3 out of 4. You need to win the series,
which I don't think is going to happen.
Well, they're basically a farm team, Errol. You got to freaking.
I know Minnesota traded away everybody, but
no excuses. No, I don't accept that. You're not playing against. You're playing against a garbage team.
You are, but you are playing like garbage. You are playing like garbage.
Well, then there's no point. They're going to blow this division if they don't.
You got Skubal, Morton, Mize, and Paddock going in Minnesota. Paddock, Flaherty, and we don't know who's going against the last game of Chicago.
I don't care.
But you should win majority this week. We both agree on that.
When you're playing the White Sox, you're playing the Twins, and you're playing Kansas City. Even if you're playing Cleveland, Cleveland's playing much, much better. But you got to win those series if you want to if you want to win your division. And have I just don't. There's no more of this. Oh well, you blew 15 games or whatever it was. You went 13-15, or 13 and 15 games or whatever it was. And I just think, that's inexcusable.
No, I mean, again, it's not something that should be happening at all. And luckily, your offense is picking back up. So hopefully, we do win a couple of games this week. But at the end of it all, if you're going to keep losing, you're going to lose this division and you're going to lose the fan base a little bit with how you're playing. You got everybody's so hyped up the first half of the year that if you do a reverse of last year, it's going to be
Right.
terrible.
But
hey, Matt Vierling got hurt again, so we'll see what happens there. Trey Sweeney's back in the on the team
people
for
are
now,
going to be
but
people are going to be turning to the Lions because that's
was that you have to have a
If you don't-
decent lead going into September because you play
Right.
Cleveland, I believe 7 times or 8 or 6
And you-
times in September.
if you play them 6 times, you got to go 4-2. That's all, or at least 3-3.
And that's
they cannot gain ground.
And
against
that's late
you. They
September. So
cannot
you need to
gain
make
ground
sure
against you.
you need to make sure you have a decent lead before you go play Cleveland in September. And if you can't get a lead, then you're screwed again.
Right.
So again, we'll see what ends up happening. But hopefully, again, a good week, winning record this week. If they can win 5 out of 7 games, that would be preferred. But we'll see what ends up fully happening. It does suck with how they're playing, but hey, trade deadline went by and you did almost nothing except acquire a bunch of pitchers, which have been so-so. Besides Finnegan and Morton for the most part, and Paddock wasn't terrible. He had a good start and he had a bad start. Again, it's time. We'll see what ends up happening.
Right.
But overall, we'll see how it all goes. Hopefully, it's not a bad week, and next week we could be in a little bit better of a mood with them winning. But hey, we'll see where this ends up going. Any final words for the week?
Win. That's the only thing I'm saying. You don't have excuses anymore. I mean, I know their pitching has been kind of hit with injuries and stuff, but Casey Mize is he hurt? Is he okay?
Yeah, Mize is okay.
Okay, but he's got to
Olsen's out.
step up.
Olsen's out for the year.
Flaherty, Morton, Mize, and Skubal have got to step up. They've got to pitch better, and our bullpen's got to pitch better. And I mean, the whole team. I don't know. It's just strange that like I said, we're playing these weaker teams. We have got to win the series. We have to.
But again, you've been struggling, so we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully, we win though. Well, we'll end it here though. Quicker vid than usual. It's been shorter, but it's fine. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Tigers and how they've been playing, what they can do for the rest of you to be better. And until next time, see everybody soon.